This is my favorite time. I don't know about you, but I never get tired of talking about legacy, tradition, and what we uphold every day when it comes to HBCUs. Now, you know me, I marched in my school's band. I'm alumni of the Norfolk State University, and this is marching band season. You're starting to see different Battle of the Bands left and right, and one of the biggest ones returns this year in Atlanta for the All-Star Battle of the Bands. So I have someone special to join us today to tell us even more about what is going to go down and how we all should prepare. Katie Bowe, what's going on?
Well, what's good? How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, your voice is dope, man. Your voice is dope. Your energy is amazing. So shouts out to you, my 10-year veteran sister.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you, okay? So when it comes to radio, we've heard you for how many decades, okay? I need to learn a few things from you. And of course, being a voice of Atlanta, you know, voice for the Falcons and everything else, and being instrumental in the community and being an activist. And now we're passing the torch to the All-Star Battle of the Bands. Yeah. How are you feeling about this and you being a major staple and it coming back to the city this year in 2023?
Oh man, thank you for the love. It's exciting, more than words can really even express, because it's such a monumental event that happens in the city. And so I've gone to the Battle of the Bands and I've enjoyed myself watching those that were before me, the hosts before me. I'm like, man, and I never thought, of course, I was in the booth calling the stuff that was happening, the end stage of the in-stadium announcer. But I never thought for a second that I would actually be hosting it. So they called me this year and said, hey, we've been watching what you're doing. We would love to have you host. And I was like, sure, cool. I would put you in front of my people and et cetera, et cetera. But I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was losing it. I ain't gonna lie. I was losing it straight up. But I'm really excited. Are you coming?
I mean, I'm gonna have to make a trip. You know, my school's in it, Norfolk State's in it, so the Spartan Legion, behold the green and gold. So they're like the most known band. I'm just gonna say that. I don't toot my own horn, but for real, like the band has grown tremendously, and I'm proud of all of the bands that are gonna be in this showcase. But one thing that I always stress to people that haven't been to an HBCU is that this is like a homecoming all the time, especially for those that march in a band. And we always annually will go to Atlanta for the Battle of the Bands showcase. So
when you think about it, the Battle of the Bands, when you think about the fraternities, the sororities, of course, all the Divine Nine, and just the best that the Black culture has to offer in one place. So you have the educated ones, you got the ratchet ones that's still educated, but still a little bit ratchet. You got the ratchet ones that's working towards education. It is the past and the present all merging in one spot. Great entertainment, amazing bands. We have a great time. The Battle of the Bands in Atlanta is exactly the spot that you want to be if you just want to see Black excellence at its best. And I can't imagine a better place for it to be than the ATL, Sheldon. You got to get here.
But you know, when you talk about Black excellence, let's talk about the things that you've been doing when it comes to being the founder and executive director of Man Up Community INC Incorporated. And what does that look like for you? You know, what was the turning point for you where you said, I need to give back in this way, and believe that there was a necessity to equip young men of all creeds with tools to really be the best versions of themselves?
So you may not know this, but I was born in Norfolk, Virginia.
What?
It was Norfolk General Hospital.
Really?
You don't know nothing about that.
That's crazy.
You don't know about no Norfolk General Hospital? You're too young for that.
No, it's still there.
Okay, well, they probably changed the names, but yeah, so growing up in the country around family, I mean, I made some mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. And I created Man Up Community because I needed something. I said, if I had what, I would have turned out better. And I filled in the blank for what that what was. And that was a community of men that would support me unconditionally, bash-free, where I can tell my whole truth to, tools and just tools and community to heal from the wounds of the past, because we all have them. It was how we all become a force of unstoppable productivity. If you have that, somebody you can tell your whole truth to, people that you can be responsible for and accountable to. Create a community that really holds you dear to what you say you want to do, and they challenge you. So that's what Man Up Community is about. There's a lot of programs for young boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. We mentor young boys, but Man Up Community is for the adults so that you can really determine who you are, take another look at who you say you want to be and who you genuinely are, and we give you the tools to become that. And it's actually really, really phenomenal. Our big, audacious goal is to politically, judicially, and just culturally change the narrative of what it means to be Black in America. And it's big, audacious goal. It's a big, audacious goal, but we're well on our way towards it.
What do you think has been the biggest tool that you've been the most successful with when it comes to changing those narratives?
Well, the biggest tool is, number one, self-awareness. So it's MANUP are the 5 pillars that we stand upon. M is for maturity. A is for accepting responsibility. The N is for never settle. It's about persistence. The U is for unity, which is that community piece. And P is about productivity. I mean, you can teach what you know, but you're going to duplicate who you are. And it's not about doing great things. It's becoming a different version of yourself so that you won't have to try to chase anything. You can attract what it is that you say you wanted. And for me, I believe that once the family changes, then the community changes, and everything else outside of that is impacted. But it first starts with that internal self-awareness. This is who I am, and this is what I do, and this is the kind of people that we hang around. It's a whole curriculum, and I can get lost in the sauce with this one.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing. But I think this is where, our cultures meet when it comes to your program, as well as HBCUs and HBCU bands. You're talking about family and community. And when I went away on my music scholarship, nobody from my high school went to Norfolk State. I did. And when I found people in the band, I found my sense of family. I found my sense of community. And I finally felt where I was in a place where I belonged, where everyone else had common interests at the same time. And are you an HBCU grad?
I am at Elizabeth City State University.
Oh, so you're not too far. You're down the street.
I'm gonna have my stuff on. I'm gonna be swagged out. I'm gonna be working with it.
Okay, understood. Okay, been to your campus a few times. Okay. So, what are some things that you learned by being at an HBCU and being a student there?
That community piece of it is so vitally important. And I'm gonna tell you this. Right now, you got Chat GPT, you got a lot of AI programs and what have you. So if you are in an area where you get paid off for information, you might want to look again, because information is not where the value is, quite frankly. Actually doing stuff, the labor is not really where the value is. The value is here. It's thinking, but you have to create the community that you want to be a part of to enhance that. So there are so many other people that are doing different things and saying different things, but one thing you cannot ever outsource, or nothing you can ever really have something that come in and take the place of, and that's community. Like when you went to Norfolk State, you found a community, and it was in that community that you were able to thrive and you were able to grow. So being in an HBCU or being in a band or being in some kind of community, man, you see a different version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. It's another paradigm that is presented. And if you like it, and if you're willing to do the work, man, the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, I think those are some of the biggest things that you take away from being a band too. It's the structure, it's the foundation, it's the time management, it's pushing through when you're tired, when it's time to go over or get ready for these halftime shows, it's still learning, like you have to do all of this, you have to perform, and then still make sure you get all your homework in, your assignments done, and everything else. So you know what?
And you got people that are actually pushing you to help you do it.
Yeah, that are encouraging you. Yes, big facts. Okay, so I think this is a perfect transition into a little game. Are you ready?
I don't know.
We're gonna find out though. I have a game called 30 Seconds or Less, okay? And we put this all together about the All-Star Battle of the Bands. There are 6 HBCU bands that will be performing, and we're gonna test your knowledge on these bands, okay?
Oh, I'm gonna fail. I can tell you right now, I can fail. I've been up for 48 hours. I can tell you right now, this instant. Don't even do it. It's over.
We're gonna try. It's not too hard. It's really not too hard. Let me get my timer together. Okay, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions about the All-Star Battle of the Bands. If you don't know the answer, you can say pass, but hopefully you can get 5 correct answers in 30 seconds or less.
All right, go.
Think you can do it?
All right, here we go.
Let us begin. What are ASU school colors?
ASU is gold and, oh, a minute. I don't know. Gold and black.
Yes. Okay. North Carolina A&T stands for what?
North Carolina Agricultural and Technology something.
Close. I'll give you half a point. Okay. What's the name of their band?
The marching North Carolina Tar Heels.
No. What are Norfolk State school colors?
Oh, that's wait. Norfolk State. It ain't the colors that you wear, but okay, I don't think that's it. Green and gold. I don't think
it is green and gold.
I thought it was like maroon and. Oh no, that's somebody else.
That's time. That's 42 seconds. Okay, it's okay. So we also have some major partnerships with Allstate as well as Aspire TV. So, absolutely. And they're also doing a documentation showcasing each band, which I love to see. Tell us a little bit more about that. And were you a part of that as well?
Not really, not so much a part of it, but what I really liked about this whole journey is that they're being very intentional about documenting the process. And I think that as we talk about legacy and we move towards having our story told, we need to be on the front end of how it's told. And so many times, if we're going to be able to control that narrative, then we need to be the ones behind the cameras and the ones behind the pens and the pads or the iPads or whatever, telling that story. So that's what I'm really excited about with Aspire being a part of this year.
And you mentioned talking about legacy, being a parent, being a father, being a CEO, and still being active in the community. What does the word legacy mean to you?
Wow. I think legacy, I think generations, generational wealth. I think ways of being and modalities that are higher than just your regular self. Merging into your best self and duplicating that. Yeah. Never thought about that before. That's pretty good. When I think about legacy, I think about the highest version of yourself duplicating itself and getting better and better as it duplicates through each generation. If someone has never been to a battle of bands, that's who I want you to talk to. The person that's never been to a battle of the bands. This is their first time ever experiencing any type of HBCU showcase. Talk to them for me. The first thing that's gonna get you is the regality of all these Black people that are here from every level that you can imagine. The best of us, and maybe not so best of us, but we're all in the same place having a good time with one common goal. That's number one. Number two, it's the music. So we have 2 DJs, an old school DJ and a new school DJ. No matter what your age is, you're gonna have music that's gonna fit where you are. The dance contest, the kiss cam, the dance cam, all of that stuff, we have a great time. And when you come, just know that it's gonna be about 3 hours of nonstop energy, fun, and you probably gonna wanna, if you're not in school and you haven't pledged, you probably gonna want to pledge. You're probably gonna be a part of a band. You probably wanna be a part of some kind of HBCU because that experience is unlike anything else. Right. Black has always been in. And unfortunately, it's when other cultures take parts of Black and they kind of mix it up and make their version of it that it becomes popular. Now, Black is always in. Black is always popping. You come to Atlanta, you will find out February 4th, hands down.